What's the... In this video we're going to be discussing some scenes in films that we find completely ridiculous but aren't really explained in the whole film. And so first off we're going to start with Avengers Age of Ultron.
First opening scene, whole group, the Avengers, charge into this hive base to get Loki's staff once again, but they don't explain why they're getting a staff. For instance, Captain America and Winter Soldier, basically Hive is linked with S.H.I.E.L.D. and because of that, they don't explain it, but they were just like, fuck it, let's get the staff and put it in Age of Ultron. So, why do you think that's
good? So basically what you're saying is Hive's invaded S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes,
and have made a cover saying that they've stolen the staff from the Avengers. Because the end of Avengers 1, Loki's staff was on top of Tony Stark's tower.
Correct.
Or the new Avengers tower. And then at the start of Avengers 2, they don't have the staff.
Yeah, they've lost it because of Captain America.
Something's happened in between to make the staff disappear. And you think S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D. basically
the cover.
took it, and for some reason, even though it's an alien weapon, you'd think it'd be down high lockdown security, but no, Hive are just like clicking their fingers, we've now got it. So, good scene, doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
It's a little bit depressing.
Makes the first battle completely redundant, considering they should have had the staff the whole way through.
Yes, pretty much. Next one on my list, which is a little bit ridiculous, is the whole explanation of how Black Widow can control the Hulk by simply just touching him and saying, "Come here, little boy."
That's not what she says.
She doesn't, but it's implied.
I don't remember. Is that a big fella? I think it actually...
No,
like that.
I don't think
some kinky shit going on there.
No, she touches his hand.
Yeah, is that what, yeah.
No.
Then he's all better.
Yeah. But he just, he's like a dog. You just see the hand and he just goes to sniff it. Because all she is just like, and he's like, and just hops up.
He gets a whole bonus.
For a reason.
Yeah, and then, because of justified in Captain America, Avengers Assembled, basically, Hulk can control his rage because he's always angry. Now he can't because he needs Black Widow, and he can't even turn into the Hulk. To turn into the Hulk, he has to be in a near-death experience to get angry to turn into the Hulk. So, they're kind of contradicting the whole plot lines of all of them and how they can control their powers with the Hulk and how he just buggers off at the end of the film. Probably see him again for the next one, but... Yes, spoilers. Safe house. This is the main one.
Oh, here we go.
Fury meets Stark in the safe house in the little barn.
In Hawkeye's house.
In Hawkeye's, little safe house with his wife/girlfriend. Not really
engaged, aren't they?
I don't know. It's never said.
Oh, I assume they were married.
Hawkeye's the one with the bow and arrow, isn't he?
Yeah. Thanks.
Fury thought it was a great idea to hide in the barn and wait for Stark. So the real question is, what was he doing in the barn?
Just hanging out, having some. Because at the end of
what he's doing.
He was fapping, wasn't
Yes, of course he was. Why would you go into a barn otherwise?
What? You go to barns just fap?
Yes. If you're a country boy, you go into the barn.
What happens at the end of Captain America 2 with Fury? Because he comes back alive, doesn't he? He's like, I'm going to rebuild...
Yeah, he wants to rebuild
the whole of
He says he wants to rebuild Assemblers. Avengers.
He wants to rebuild the Assemblers and make them better than they ever were. But he does that by hiding in Hawkeye's barn.
Yeah,
and not going straight into the house where everybody else is. Just waiting for Tony to come fix a tractor so that he can then talk to him.
Yeah, because dramatic effect.
He loves to be dramatic. He loves a dramatic entrance.
He always makes a dramatic entrance, and he's always in.
It was completely unnecessary.
I am the Lord. Fury's in the barn,
hanging out,
doing the naughty, and waiting
for Stark's tractor.
God.
So next up is The Dark Knight Rises. And the scene in Dark Knight Rises is when Batman, or Bruce Wayne at that point, has just broken his back, fixed his back, escaped the pit, and then gets back to Gotham within about 4 hours, I think, 4 or 3 hours.
He's broke his back.
No, he's fixed that.
Yeah, no, but if you've broke your back,
you're crippled.
You're crippled.
No, he's fine now.
My
He
mate
had
broke
some
his
rope.
back, and he was.
Yeah,
That's not the scene we're talking
he was
about.
just hung for a bit and his back got better.
Then the guy punched it. And
Yeah. He was like,
Anyway.
yes!
Okay.
The scene we're actually talking about is how he managed to get from the pit to North America, where Gotham, I'm assuming Gotham is.
Well, obviously he was on national rails.
Well, the thing is, the pit, they never actually describe where it is.
Dubai.
They never say where the pit is located, but
Shangri-La.
it's filmed in India because you can tell from the fort that's in the background of one of the scenes.
Okay.
So, I did a lot of research into this. To get from India to America takes 26 hours
Uh-huh.
on a regular flight without delays or
I
anything
don't
like
know if
that.
it's America. Is
Because
Gotham in
Gotham's
America?
American, yeah. Gotham's an American city.
Is it?
Isn't it based around New York?
Yeah, so I assumed
Yeah.
from India to New York is 26 hours.
I don't know. I've seen.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not Superman, so he can't fly.
Plus, he was poor at that
Yeah,
point. He was
yeah.
completely broke.
He had
So
nothing on it.
How did he? Yeah, exactly. How did he get from the pit to North America in 4 hours?
You know the guy.
Right. Yes, he goes on an entire journey to discover how to be a criminal and find Ra's al Ghul and does all that shit with him, and then people believe that he used those skills he had, where he learned to be a criminal, to then steal money and get back to America, which still doesn't explain the time difference. And then another one is that as he's so rich, he has loads of friends in India, or would have friends all around the world who are rich, who would lend him money to then get back to America.
No,
That's
India's one of the
still-
most wealthiest cities in the world. Well, countries in the world, not
Is it?
cities. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dubai
he's
is.
one of the
Oh,
most
Dubai
wealthy.
is, yeah.
Yeah, so he probably went to Dubai,
He
found
travelled
someone,
up to Dubai from
found someone who
Jodhpur.
From where?
I may have just ruined that pronunciation. That's where it's filmed, Jodhpur.
I don't think it's. Where is it? Oh, it's Jaipur.
Japan.
Oh, sorry. Jodhpur.
We turned it French. Jaipur.
He went to France. And then probably went to Dubai, got some money, but then he started to get on a plane.
No, he didn't go on a plane.
Oh,
He took the Batwing, didn't he?
a
Apparently.
submarine. to
Submarine.
America. I don't know. What's
That's
quicker than a
slow.
plane?
Submarine's
Rocket.
really slow.
Not to space, then back down again. The ending, that part from Batman Dark Knight Rises is never explained, and Christopher Nolan has never mentioned it in interviews or anything like that, and I don't think we'll get a proper answer to the exact question of how he got there. It's just, he's Batman, so he got there.
It's Batman.
Because he's Batman.
Fuck
That's
it.
the reason for every Batman
He beats
question.
Superman, he can get back.
Exactly.
He beat Superman.
Yeah, he fucked him up.
So, next up, Star Wars. So, basically, this is the fact
I was going
of...
to try and do this theme tune, but I forgot it.
What's
What's the canteen thing?
Da, da, da.
The canteen, that's what What's the...
Right, that's Star Wars.
Right, so basically with this is the fact of the Death Star, right? So that blew up in the fourth film. We've all heard know who it was.
New Hope.
And then, okay, it's not in the fifth film, which is the Revenge.
Because it blew up.
No, what did I say? Revenge.
Empire Strikes Back, Adam. Come on, get your shit
Get the
together.
Star Wars knowledge in there.
And then in the sixth film, Return of the Jedi, we have a Death Star again.
Death Star
Right.
2.0.
Death Star 2. So for the first one, it took approximately 18 years to build, right? So we know that 18 years hasn't been passed between these two films.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, logic-wise,
4 years to be
yeah,
exact.
4 years between A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. So how did they get the Death Star 2 near completion in 4 years? It's just,
Plus, it had to have been built after the first one blew up because they fixed the problem that was with the first one.
yeah, with the...
The
God.
thermal ports.
yeah, that's it.
So they fixed that problem in the second one, so it had to have been built after that. So they had all these new plans.
Yeah.
I mean...
Personally, I would have liked to see like the architectural meeting they had, like all of them just gathering around as they're just waiting to get all planned. That would be quite amusing to see. Just like all just standing there and
Darth
it's
Sidious
like, right, we have
Vader
4 years to
chatting.
create this. We got this many. How much is it going to cost?
sorry, there's how many? It's 1 gazillion
Trillion.
galactic credits. I can't tell the difference.
Zillion is more.
Okay, 1 trillion Yeah, 4
Yeah, just
years.
how they do it.
How on earth did they do that?
Obviously, it's going to be quicker than the first one because they know how to build them now. But the first one was such a massive project that they would have had to organise everything.
it's
But
not-
they have the same plan.
But 18 years
But,
to 4.
Yeah,
It's basically-
it's a massive.
Isn't it
Gap.
5%? Something like that. No, it's
What 4 to 18?
yeah, I don't know. I don't do percentages.
5%.
5% of the time.
I don't know. It's like a hard quarter.
The first one went poof, as we established.
Yeah.
So they can't
Bigger,
use
but,
parts of the
Rebuild the
first
second.
one to rebuild it because it basically obliterated and went.
That's what 1 trillion credits are for, right?
Yeah. So we get all the.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Sorry,
if they had remains
materials.
of the first Death Star,
Yeah.
they would have been quicker to build because they could have like a jigsaw. If you got half a jigsaw done, you can then you create a new jigsaw, half a jigsaw.
Maybe they even use Darth Vader to do it as well. Think about it.
Force.
Think about it. Yeah, you just use the
Well, you
Force
use the
to build
Emperor
it.
more. Isn't the Emperor more powerful than Darth Vader?
It's an
No,
old
it's
tired
technically
as having a nap.
Darth Vader is
Count
more
Dooku's
powerful.
not there then. Is it?
Count Dooku got his head chopped off.
Yeah, he got fucked up ages ago.
Which film did he get?
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith,
Oh.
when he was still
Which one's
Anakin.
that? The third one.
Third one, yeah. But we want to see little Anakin Skywalker come back. He was really sweet. Basically, realistically, it would have took 4 years. It's unrealistic. I think they should reshoot the whole Star Wars series.
All 7 films.
All 7 films to fit in and tie in with
This time. frame.
realistic, yeah.
The realistic
Yeah.
time frame.
I very much think they should.
Okay. So.
I think 300, right, was realistic up to a point.
Well, no, it was completely ridiculous.
No.
Ridiculous.
Realistic, well, no, because it's a myth, isn't it? The whole story is a myth, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
realistic to the myth.
Yeah.
Realistic to
Yeah.
actual realism, no. No, but the scene we're on about is the bit when they all get fucked up and they all die, and then they're on about coming back with 10,000 men, is it?
They at the end it's the whole motivational speech with the guy with one eye.
Well,
And he's
10,000!
like, we return to fight like 100,000 Greeks with
Fight for
30,000 Spartans and 10,000 free Greeks.
William Wallace.
And we were just saying it's completely ridiculous how they would have counted all those people and known how many were there. Like, it's such an exact number.
Yeah, exactly. How could they have that many people rounded up to that many numbers? Like, if they had an extra soldier, like, no, fuck off, you can't fight with us. We
No,
have
I think
30,001 soldiers. No, you cannot have that extra one.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind having the extra one. I think it was
because
just they had
rounded
to.
it up to 30,000. It would
It's
have
just that
been.
they would have had to, they had counted everyone, and it's just ridiculous that they would
But-
have done that.
He wouldn't have wanted to say, we have 30,001 Spartan soldiers. He wouldn't know because they would have told him to bugger off. They don't want an extra
I
one.
reckon they would have taken them, but just not counted them.
So, how do you reckon they did it?
Register, basically, just calling out their names and ticking them off.
It would have taken so
That would
long.
have took a lot of paper.
30,000.
Yeah.
That's not even that. They've got how many 100,000 other Greeks as well?
No,
10,000 free Greeks.
they're fighting.
Oh, is that how they're fighting?
They're fighting like 100,000 or something like that. I don't remember the
Oh, are
exact
they?
number. Yeah, they're fighting like 100,000, whatever they were, Xerxes' army.
So how would they? So what we're saying is they would have checked it off on a checklist. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, checklist register, just kind of so they could get everyone's name and tick them.
Matthew! Yes, sir!
That's a great name.
Hector!
Jeffrey.
Much better.
Right here, sir. Jurassic World, what do we think about
What's up, Dave?
it? Good film.
A great film. I really enjoyed it.
Brilliant.
We watched it in the BFI, London,
did.
IMAX.
For your birthday.
Oh, thanks.
It was
For the
good.
invite, yeah.
It was my birthday, Adam, and we didn't even know you.
I only had 3.
I think we did know you, but not.
Not as well, yeah.
That's fair enough.
We weren't OJays back then.
No, that's fair enough.
Just TNX stage.
So
And we're really just talking about how Claire runs away from the T-Rex and how it's so unrealistic. Even the hill bit, saying that's justified. She can run in these hills like Usain Bolt, but
still,
Yeah,
no one can outrun a T-Rex.
But this happened in multiple films. They ran away from the T-Rex in...
Well, in the first film, they drive away from it.
Yeah.
They barely get away in a truck.
But then in the
And then
second
in this
film...
one, she runs.
They do it in the second film as well. They're all running away from a T-Rex and he's just like, yeah, bitch, I'm going to come and get ya.
Are they?
Yeah, have you not seen the second film?
Oh, which one's the second one? That's the one with Jeff Goldblum and his
Yeah.
daughter.
There's a group of people...
I thought they went up higher when the T-Rex came. They went high instead of ran. No, but he killed the T-Rex kills most of the people he chases.
No, he just steps on a couple because some trip up. He doesn't stop and eat them. Why is it in both of these films the T-Rex seems to be crippled and can't run when it comes to chasing humans?
It's just he can run, but for some reason he decides not to kill the extras.
And he felt sorry for her because she was wearing high heels.
Yeah, and in this, she lights a flare, tempts him out, then runs away, and he's like, nah, I don't want. I'll just chase you for a bit, see where you're leading me.
And
then I'll attack this giant dinosaur rather than eat you there.
What's he called?
Dominus Rex.
Indominus Rex.
Got fucked up by the big whale one, didn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah, at the end. The thing is that they hid in a shack, like a little tiny wooden shack.
That's where Tony Stark was.
And Nick Fury comes in.
All relates to the time
Then
machine.
Indominus Rex reaches through the window to try and get them, rather than just destroy the fucking shack and grab them and pick them up.
I would have shat my pants if I saw a T-Rex.
I wouldn't.
No, if he was like stood right
I'd
here.
run away from it.
I'd run away from it at 15 miles an hour.
With heels.
With heels, exactly. I could
With a
do it.
flare.
Well, this has been our like ridiculous scenes from films that should have been covered but hasn't really, and our opinions on why Nick Fury was in the barn waiting for the T-Rex. So basically, yeah, if you like the video, punch that like button.
Subscribe to OJays.
Subscribe to OJays. I've been Jack.
I'm Ollie.
Adam.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.